Welcome to Do It Fluid and Fire Sticks podcast. Have you seen us series? I am your host, Keish, here to bring y'all some missing persons cases that have gone untalked about, that have gone under the radar, that have just not been in the news anymore recently. These cases are of young females who have been missing, a few for over 3 years, over 4 years, some as recently as last year, quite a few as recently as last year. This episode is our Missing in Gary, Indiana episode. So in this episode, we are going to feature um, all women who went missing either in or around the Gary, Indiana area. And if we have enough time, I would also like to go over what's been happening with Naziah Harris as of late, because I do have some info on that. But for right now, let's get into our first episode, Missing in Indiana. Now, when I first started this series, I thought I was going to have a plethora of information about these cases, but there are very few details. There are very few press conferences, if any at all. The police don't seem to be doing anything, and if they are doing anything, they're not releasing any information, which is kind of understandable. But they're not telling the families about this either, and that's where everything kind of gets a little bit crazy. Like, why aren't they talking to the families about their progression in these people's in their loved ones' cases? Like, the lack of details is leading to a lot of false info being spread, and that is not cool at all. That's not cool. So hopefully this episode will kind of clear up some information, maybe answer some questions. They're not, like I said, there's not a lot of information on these cases, so we're both finding the information out as we go along. Now, all the information that we have in this episode, it has been vetted. We have checked it. We have double checked it. It's info from missing persons sites that have been accredited. It's info from missing persons flyers that have been out. From press releases that we have run across when we could, from posts and things that family members have made on social medias on their own, or from interviews that family of the loved ones have done. So nothing that we say in these episodes is speculated information. It is all information that has already been released. We are just trying to put it in some type of order to make it make sense. And we're putting it out there again because these cases need to stay aware. They need to stay on everybody's minds. They need to stay up in the forefront. So let's get started. We're going to start off with the shortest of the stories, and that is Shannon Orton. Now, Shannon Orton went missing back in July of 2020. She went missing on July 5th. That was the last time that she was seen. From her home on at the Crestmore Trailer Park on the 600 West 37th Avenue, 615 West 37th Avenue is where she was residing. And that's where she went missing from. In Hobart, Indiana. That's where she lived at. Now, on the 12th of July in 2020 at 7:44 p.m., she was seen on surveillance camera being accompanied by an unidentified Caucasian female that was wearing a black dress and black flip-flops. That was at that CVS is on Lute and Willow Creek Road in Portage. Okay? Now, she didn't have a phone, and they believe that she may have traveled to Gary, Indiana. And that's how Gary ties into her case, because she's from Hobart, Indiana. But she was seen at a CVS in Portage, Indiana. But her family seems to think that she may have traveled to Gary. Now, she was reported missing on the 30th of September. And it took so long because Shannon had previously left for long periods of time. They reported her missing because she was never gone this long. She has 2 daughters. She was 36 at the time of her disappearance, which would make her about 40. She would be turning 41 sometime this year. Her last social media post was on April the 14th of 2020. It was a relationship status update on Facebook. Oh, that's not actually something that you post. It posts automatically when you update it on Facebook. But the last post that she actually posted, wrote something out or put something on there, was actually in December of 2019, and that was a fundraiser. Now, I just may not be able to, depending on how she has her settings on her page, there just may be some things that because we're not friends, can't see. But as far as what I have seen, the last thing that she did was update her relationship status on April the 14th of 2020. Now, relatives have said that she was battling or has battled with addiction. Like I said, she always left for long periods of time, but she never left or was gone for longer than a month. Let's give Shannon's description. She's a white female, 5 feet tall, between 150 and 140 pounds. She was last seen wearing a light colored tank top with orange pants and some black flip-flop sandals. She has blonde hair, uh, depending on the reports, bluish hazel or green eyes. Her ears are pierced. She has a heart tattoo on her wrist. She has a clover tattoo, I believe it's behind her ear. And she has a Winnie the Pooh tattoo and a Tigger tattoo. They do not have listed where those tattoos are located. I'm not exactly sure where. If you have any information on Shannon Orton's disappearance, contact the Hobart Police Department at 219-942-3406. This is for Shannon Orton from Hobart, Indiana, last seen in Portage, believed to have maybe traveled over to Gary.